Hi everybody, Penny is making an appearance before our video today because this is a lesson people normally don't like. But sorry, it is important, so I have to teach it to you. But Penny says, oh, falling off the chair. Penny says, good luck. She's not happy with me. And let's do some math. All right, so what we are talking about today is something called literal equations. And basically, we are going to be doing, I cannot emphasize this enough, we are doing the same thing we have been doing for the past several weeks. The only difference is instead of having one variable, you're going to have multiple variables. Okay, so let me show you what I mean here. All right, look at this first problem. Okay, you're like, oh yes, I've done this like 8 billion times. I'm going to draw my line. I'm solving for x, and I'm going to subtract 4 on both sides, right? No problem. Okay, we bring down our 2x. Our 4's cancel. 10 minus 4 is 6. Okay, you with me? Now, I know that we still have to solve it, but let's look at the question next to it. See how it pretty much looks the same? Except instead of a 4, there's an M, and instead of a 10, there's a J. But the way we solve it is identical to the way we started to solve number 1. But instead of subtracting 4 on both sides, we would subtract M on both sides, right? Yeah, good times. Now, here's where people get a little angry sometimes. J minus M, we cannot actually do that, right? We can't do J minus M. So you're literally just going to write J minus M. Okay, J subtract M. That's it. Okay, let's go back to the problem you like. We're solving for x. What are you going to do? Divide by 2 on both sides. Okay, x equals 6 divided by 2 is 3. Oh, happy day. Okay, so what are you going to do with this one? You're still going to divide by 2. Divide by 2. Because you can't do j divided by 2, you're literally going to put j over 2 minus m over 2. It can't be simplified. It's just going to stay like that. That's it. Your answers are going to be kind of gross looking, okay? They're not going to be simplified. They're going to be a lot of letters, but that's all you have to do. Okay, so let's run through a bunch of different cases here. Okay, number 2, we're solving for x. Here's my suggestion to you. Once you have all these different variables going on, circle the one you want to solve for. That helps you focus on what you really need to. So I want to get the x by itself. How do I do that? Well, I'm just going to divide by 2 on both sides. So x equals y over 2. That's it. Okay, let's try another one. Solve for x. Okay, circle it then. What's over with the x right now? A 2. And it's dividing, so to undo it I will multiply. Okay. X equals, and you can put j2, but really we normally put 2j. Okay, we put the number in front. Okay, that's it. That's not so bad, right? I know, it's weird. It's weird. All right, number 4. Solve for a. No numbers this time. Circle the a. That's what we're solving for. If it helps, go ahead, draw your line as well. So what's over with the a? B. And it's a plus b, right? So to move it, we will subtract b. A equals, and we can't actually subtract b from c, so we're just going to write c minus b. And that's it. Okay. Number 5, we're going to solve for a again. Looks a little different. We need to move the BC. BC is like one thing here. See how they're multiplying together? It would be like a 2x. It's like moving a 2x over. So we will just subtract the BC. Okay, and again, this is just A equals, bring down the D minus BC. That's it. That's all I gotta do. All right. Let's try some more. Again, circle the variable you're solving for. It'll really help. It really will. So we're solving for a. Now, this one has 2 steps. Think about what we talked about with all of our normal solving. What do we always undo first? Addition and subtraction, right? So look at what's happening here. You have the a is multiplying to the x, and we're adding the b. So the b is the one we should be getting rid of first, right? Because it's the one adding. So subtract your b on both sides. And can you actually do c minus b? No, you cannot, so you just rewrite it. You're still solving for a, so I'm going to recircle it. How do you get rid of the x? We just divide. Okay, and you're going to divide each of these by x. Okay, so we have a equals c over x minus b over x. And that's your answer. Isn't it the most beautiful answer you've ever seen? Some of you are grumbling right now. I can hear you. Psychically, I can hear you, just so you know. Okay. Number 7, solving for x. Go ahead and circle it. Okay, let's draw our line as well. Remember, addition and subtraction, undo that first. So what do you think we should do first here? Subtract the 2. Okay, now, here's where people make a mistake. I want you to try this right now. I just want you to write down what you think your next step is. Okay, literally pause the video, write down what you think your next step is. Okay, let's see if you did what I think you did. If you brought down your 2x, that's good. That cancels. Good. Equal sign. Good. All right, now, here's what you do not want to do. What I get people do, and this is what happens all the time when we're teaching in person, people say 4m minus 2 is 2m. Are 4m and 2 like terms? Can I do 4m minus 2 and give 2m as an answer? No, you cannot do that. This doesn't say 2m, it says 2. Those are not like terms, which means you cannot subtract them in that way. 4m minus 2 is literally just 4m minus 2. Okay, that's it. Now we're still solving for x. So now we can divide everything by 2. Division is different. Okay, division is different. We can do 4m divided by 2. 4m divided by 2 is 2m. Okay, and we can do negative 2 divided by 2. That's negative 1. Okay, so be careful. Like terms are still a thing, people. All right, 2 more of these and then I have something else to show you. Solve for r. Okay, even though it's on the other side of the equal sign, that's okay. What's with the r? T. How do we get rid of the t? Divide it. Okay, so this will just be d over t equals r. Okay, and number 9, what are we solving for? K. How would you get k by itself? You would subtract 10, you're right. But now, here's what people do sometimes. They say k equals 12 minus 10. Guys, it's a 12 and a 10. You can combine those, right? This isn't the same situation as above here where you couldn't actually do 4m minus 2. These are just numbers. You can do 12 minus 10. 12 minus 10 is 2. So if you can simplify it, simplify it. But you can only simplify those if they're actually like terms, okay? All right, the last thing I have to show you is called writing something in function form. Basically, bless you, Penny. Basically, function form means you're going to solve for y. And this is something that will become exceedingly important every time we start graphing. Okay, so this is really, really, really important stuff. Solve for y, that's our goal. So if you look at number 1, just told you we're solving for y, so let's go ahead and circle it. And you can draw your line if you'd like. The only thing on the side with the y is the 2. And it's multiplying, so guess what we're going to do? We're going to divide it. Okay, and then you want to go ahead and you want to simplify that, okay? So 4x divided by 2 is 2x, and negative 2 divided by 2 is negative 1. Okay, and there's your answer. Number 2. Draw our line. We're solving for y still. We have a 2x on the same side as y. But be careful, this 2x is not multiplying anymore, not like it was number 1. What is the 2x doing? Okay, well, it's adding on. And so how will you undo it? You'll subtract it. Okay, now, I'm about to yell at you. Don't you do it. People want to say this is 7x. Don't do it. 9 minus 2x. Guys, it's not a 9x, it's a 9. 9 minus 2x, they can't combine. Literally just bring it down. That's it. Okay, if it was a 9x, yeah, 9x minus 2x is 7x. But that's just a plain old 9. You cannot combine them. All right, the last 3 are a little trickier. These are the ones we're going to see most frequently. You're solving for y. Go ahead and circle it. Okay, notice that the 8 is multiplying to the y. So to undo that, we'll divide, but that will always come last, okay? We've got to move the 3x over first because the 3x is the one, or that x is always the one that's adding or subtracting to it. All right, so see how it's a negative 3x? We will add it because remember we use opposites or inverse operations. Okay, bring down your 8y equals, pause, 16 plus 3x is not 19x. It is just 16 plus 3x. Okay, because again, that 16 does not have an x. Final step, we'll divide by 8. Okay, and you're going to divide everything. And these types of problems, we're going to go back to MathFrac. Okay, we want to leave simplified fraction answers. 16 divided by 8 is just 2. 3 over 8, if you type it in your calculator in MathFrac, it's still a 3 over 8. Don't lose your x. Okay, if you don't believe me, I'll show you. 3 divided by 8, MathFrac, still 3/8. Okay, let's try another one. Circle your y. Okay, remember, when you're solving for y, the dividing comes last. I mean, generally all of these problems, the dividing comes last. We'll want to move our 3x first, and we'll subtract. Okay, bring down negative 4y. Sometimes people lose that negative. Okay, careful for that. And again, 18 minus 3x, pull my hair out. It's not 15x. They don't combine. Okay, just bring it down. All right, and then we're still solving for y, so our final step will be to divide by negative 4. Okay, and you are going to divide all these by negative 4. Okay, and then I'll help you MathFrac here. 18 divided by negative 4. If you can do this in your head, great. We do want to MathFrac though, okay? So I want to see it as negative 9/2, or negative 9 over 2. And then negative 3 divided by negative 4. This isn't going to reduce, but it is going to become a positive, right? Because it's a negative divided by a negative, and we get a 3/4. The most common error here is that people make it a negative 3/4. The other common error is people lose the x. Make sure it's still there. All right, this last one, I want you to pause it and then give it a try on your own and then come back and let's see how you did. All right, welcome back. So your correct answer is displayed. You would want to add your 10x to both sides, but remember we're not going to combine these. Oops, that was supposed to be highlighter. So it should be 60 plus 10x, not 70x. And then we'll go ahead and we'll divide by 20. 60 divided by 20 is 3, and 10 over 20 when you math frac it, or you may just know by looking at it, you're going to get a 1/2. Make sure you don't lose your x there. Okay, so that was literal equations. Wasn't it exciting? And our next lesson, we're going to do more with literal equations because this is something people need extra practice with. Okay, all right. I hope you enjoyed. Have a great day.